And welcome back to another special edition of Grind Music and Repeat. You got your host, Grind.Hood HoodRockTV. You already know what we doing. I got a special guest with me today, yo. We got Prima Donna over here, yo.
What's up, everybody? What's good?
It was cool coming up here, though?
Yes, okay. It was cool. Nice little drive.
Yeah,
nothing complicated.
Okay, so where you from, though?
So I'm originally from Allentown, Pennsylvania, but I've been raised pretty much the eastern side of North Carolina.
Okay. Shout out to that. Shout out to the PAs.
Yes.
A
lot of back and forth.
Okay. So first off, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm lovely myself. Like we've been getting it in all day. Like it's been a tough week of work, but it's cool. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it. I got it. I don't wear down. We stay rocking over here on Grind Music and Repeat. For the viewers and the listeners that don't know you, you know what I'm saying? Give them a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of that talk.
Okay, so my name is Prima Donna. As I said before, I'm from up north, but I was raised in the South as well. More so of like Kinston, North Carolina area. Kinston, North Carolina, Goldsboro area. Yeah. I'm 29. Big Pisces.
Oh shoot.
Yes.
Oh man.
So yeah, you know, and I'm an artist. I do all types of things. I call myself an artist now. I started out just saying a rapper, but now it's more broadened, you know. So I do like a lot of photo shoots. I've actually had some roles in some movies that are on their way, you know. Can't speak too much.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so very expanded. So it's no longer just like a rapper. It's pure artist.
So what came into that expansion of the craft, like from being just a rapper to an artist? Like, was it a experience you encountered, or is it just like a level that you achieved and stuff like that? Or
well, to be honest, all of the other things that I mentioned, I already wanted to do those things before the music. Yeah. Is pretty much like I started doing the music first though, and it paved the way and it started opening more doors. So that's how that went.
So like you can't speak about it too much, but like just like acting, you know, like just expanding your game and stuff like that. How do that help you with, you know what I'm saying, your music and stuff like that? Like,
well, networking for one, meeting different people from different places and they could get your name, you know, in buildings that you might thought you couldn't get yourself into. So that's one way that it's definitely helped networking and bringing me about other people that I've never known before. So
yeah, that's what's up right there. That's amazing. So like, as far as like, if somebody wasn't familiar with your music or what you represent, like what kind of message would you tell them, or how could you help them understand that?
Well, it's kind of difficult because I've put out different types of music genres, you know, and a lot of the music was based more so on what I was going through at the time. Sometimes I can't necessarily say it's directly that time. Sometimes you know, things get dropped early, sometimes after, but it's more so of what's going on or my emotions in the moment.
Okay. So that play a big role into like what you create, like how you,
yes, it does. Experiences. That's why I like to do a lot of traveling and going places. You know, traveling on the road, so you see things and it gives you more to talk about. Yeah,
I think in my expertise of it, like the more that like I'm a writer, like sometimes I don't even need motivation to write. I might be writing to a beat that I ain't even found yet, you know. But I'm a writer, so like. It'll be certain aspects of like just having it, you know what I'm saying, and being it that I couldn't see that if I was just randomly thinking about it, like freestyling for once, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a problem or it's a bad thing, but it's like the longer I can live with a verse, the better I actually perform that verse. That's how I think right there. So like, for one, how did you get your name? Yeah, like what, is that like something you chose? Like what? You know?
It definitely was a name I chose, and it came before I started making music. You know, it just fit who I am. You know, like a first lady, the boss who's in charge. So Yeah. So that's how that name came about.
Okay. All right. So what is your process like as far as like when you create music? Like, is it a writing process? You got some Jay-Z or some Nas maybe, you know what I'm saying? You
like freestyle off the head.
Yeah, like how you do it?
Woo, no, I do not freestyle off the head. I write all of my music. And what I can say is though, and I'm glad you asked that question because there are times where I feel like I have writer's block. And what I've learned is it's not necessarily writer's block. It's more so if I'm feeling the beat, you know, so that has a lot to do with it because then that's where the freestyle could come in. Because if I hear a beat I really like, 12 bars will pop up in my head right then. I need to get my phone or my notepad. Let me get this down before I forget it. And that's how that goes. And then I carry on from there. But you know, some songs or instrumentals are a bit more difficult than others. So it may take a little longer, but all of my music, I write it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So like, as far as like beats, like, do you got like a favorite drum pattern? Like what's your process on selecting instrumentation for your music?
Well, I do like some heavy bass. What is it? Like 808s?
Yeah, them 808s.
Yeah, I love bass. I like some bass. I do kind of like the down south trap type sound. But I'm also in the other how should I say, instrumentals as well. Like I like retro, I like reggae, things of that sort. I just haven't too much dived in those avenues. Yeah.
And you mentioned writer's block though. That's like one of the biggest things that we face as being creative. You know what I'm saying? So what's some ways that you like you kind of like overcome writer's block?
Let's see. Man, it'd be so difficult. It's hard to say, but a lot of times it may have to deal with regular life, stress, you know, thinking too much on certain areas and not focusing where we need to. So I try to go ahead and clear that first, you know, because at the end of the day, our real life and what we do, you know, work and stuff like that comes first. And but I find a way to express myself, you know, or like you said, I'll go ahead and just jot some things down, and then if I find a beat to go to it, that's how that'll have to go. Otherwise, you just gotta write it out. I ain't too much I can really say at this.
I think moment. I don't even know like what I actually do to overcome it. I just know that I do. Like, but my thing is like it's like some people will be like, yeah, Dre, sometimes you gotta let it happen. I gotta let it come to me.
Let it come. Like, that's why I say you just gotta let some things let it ride out and take its course. But as an artist, that's why you want to keep a portfolio, you know, or a stack of music and things in the cut. That's why I feel, because even in the moments of having writer's block, you still have to be consistently dropping. You know, the outside world doesn't have to know that what you're exactly going through as long as you're doing what you're supposed to, you know.
That's vital. Like, and then just staying inspired sometimes, like, it's not for the weak. It's not like I talk about being positive all the time and stuff like that, but most of the time it's not like no situation for me to be positive in. But my optimism kind of lead me out of those dark places that I don't want to be in. And I speak about it in my music a lot. And I'm saying that to ask this question, like, so do you ever like see messages in your music that you kind of feel like you leave for yourself? And does any of your music inspire you to make more or do better in life or make real life more, you know what I'm saying, enjoyable?
It does, because, you know, they say the tongue, there's power in the tongue, you know, of what you say. So when I first started making music, I just be talking about anything, la, 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 put it on the beat. Oh, that sounds good, you know. But now I may write something and I may catch myself saying a certain thing and I'll be like, nah, we're not about to say that. Let's figure something else out, because a lot of the things that I have written or said has came, you know, to life, is manifested. And so now I really try my best to manifest something positive. You know, we're not going to be 100% positive. You know, there's going to be some negativity, but it's how you put it out there. So step into the next question I got. So what's some of the challenges that, you know what I'm saying, you face
for one as a female artist, you know, and then one the melanin, you black too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like as far as like just those kind of things where we ain't gonna bring up traumatic experiences, but just, you know what I'm saying, some challenges that we have overcome.
For one, financial, you know, because I'm not signed to anyone. So I have to make sure everyone that I deal with is solid, you know, like, I mean, there's some people that you just gonna do business with and come and go, but I have to deal with solid people because you have to make sure, you know, financial isn't I'm not rich yet, you know, so I have to balance things out. So that was a challenge before budgeting real life against my music. Another challenge would probably be the support system because sometimes it could be like a lonely road. Like I feel like a lone wolf a lot of times because a lot of people, you know, they could know you but you be by yourself and it's like you need that support system. So those are, you know, two challenges. I learned a lot, like as far as like one of my biggest challenges was to find a way to still keep creating. Like even if it ain't just adding up for you right then, even if everything ain't going right and stuff like that. So when I see people doing their thing and I could see that they still at it and they still trying, it's motivation.
I wouldn't go to them and tell them, hey, yo, you need to do this better, or yo, you need to do this better. I just say keep putting it all together that. You know what I'm saying? So like what's some motivation that you seen, like, you know what I'm saying, some encouragement that you've gotten that always stick with you?
I like studying history and things like that. And I noticed a lot of the greats came from very like broken homes, broken backgrounds and things of that sort. So though that motivates me, you know, like knowing their story, you know, like for instance, like Michael Jackson, everyone loves Michael, but he grew up with how many siblings, you know, like that's a chaotic household and, you know, to make ends meet, things like that, it's a struggle. So seeing other people raised to the top and get all the things that they want coming from the same place or maybe worse is very inspirational.
That's that right there. Like, especially like even, you know, they came out with that movie with the talking about Serena and Venus.
Yes, that was very
that kind of thing, like where you can, that's a tough situation, but
and then you don't even know half the time, and so it's good to that they do things like that.
Like that, I think we don't shine enough light on that sometimes. Like as far as like we'll point out problems, you know what I'm saying, rather than just try to create greater solutions than the problem and stuff like that. Sometimes I think that right there. So like, I mean, who inspires or like who is an influence that Prima Donna gets her style, her image, her vibe? Well, we talking about like Lil Kim, what we working on?
You want to know something? It's probably gonna sound crazy, but I know, of course I know of Lil Kim. I know more of Lil Kim's style than her music. Okay. So when it comes to like being different, wearing what you want, I can say, Lil Kim is one influence in that part. But major influences, Missy Elliott. I gotta put her at the top because she does and did what she wanted to do. You know, it wasn't like scripted or trying to go by what societal forms is trying to make out, you know, like she popped out in that big balloon suit. So Missy Elliott, let me see, I like a lot of men rappers. I like Gucci and it's so hard to think of. It's when you get asked, it's like, oh, I cannot think. But I like Missy, Gucci, Michael Jackson. I like Tina Turner. I like a lot of the wild artists, like people who was all over the stage, like putting all of their energy and stuff.
So you ride with Kevin Gates?
I like Kevin Gates. He's all right.
Man, that dude, like, it's just, you'll be like, ain't no way this dude like that all the time. And yes, he is. Like, so as far as like like when you say like, you know more about Lil Kim style than her music and your part of the game, how much does style play a role, like as far as like being fly, you know what I'm saying, putting that stuff on?
It plays a major part, you know. Yeah, it because I go in character mode. You know, sometimes I just want to chill, but there's a lot of times where I really go into character mode, like the long trench coat. I love my trench coats. Things like that. And my heels, like I like to, because you know, people will judge a book by its cover. So when I come in to perform, most of the time, like they'll be, oh, you're singing, because I have on like a dress and heels, like something very feminine, and then I go with this ratchet trap and it switches up everything, and it's not like people don't like it, it's just different. So yeah, I think my style does play a part in that. Like
I think I just keep it cool, laid back, you know what I'm saying, to the middle of the road. That's it. I don't really be trying to do too much.
Not like too much.
So
but I feel like it.
So you shooting videos, you get in the studio and make music, and you get on the stage and perform. Which of the three you like the most though?
Which do I like the most?
It's
so difficult.
Recording.
Performing, recording, or the videos. I'm gonna say probably it's gonna sound crazy. Can I put them in order? Like, what? Okay, so I'm gonna say recorded first, performing second, and 3 the videos. The reason why is, for one, I can totally be myself when I'm recording. Like nobody's watching me. When I record in studios, I, you know, in the room or wherever I'm at, I turn the light off. I record in the dark. So I could be myself completely. Performing, I like crowds and audiences. They don't bother me. Speaking in front of them, you know, gatherings, anything of that sort doesn't bother me. But the videos, I'm not going to say I have an OCD, but I do like things to go a certain way. I like things to look. So redoing scenes and, I don't like how this look.
Okay.
It gets difficult.
So you scheme out your
whole thing, plot it all out. You have to plan and have a blueprint, or else things will be chaotic.
Okay. So how do you know a song needs a video, or you need a video to a song? Like, how does like you kind of send it around to people and see what they think about it, or you just already as soon as I got done with that 8th bar, Dre, I knew this was gonna be the video.
It's something like that. Because if that's the case, then majority of the songs I make need a video. I just don't. I'm not gonna say I don't. In the past, I didn't put too many visuals out, but now it's more so how I'm feeling about it. Like if I'm very hyped up, I know what I'm gonna wear and everything, and also how the fans is, you know, receiving it. But then at the same time, you can't make assumptions off of either or those, because people love visuals. So there may be a song that didn't get as much attention when I just dropped the cover or a snippet of it, but once I drop a video with all these different things going on or whatever, then it's different. So the best thing to do is have a visual just about everything.
That's what I see. And I see you do like a lot of like marketing on social media. How does that translate into your music? Like, as far as like, do that, like you get a reach to you know what I'm saying, a certain amount of people and stuff like that. Do you ever see that love return as far as the work that you put out? Yes,
of course. And that's why you have to stay consistent. Like, and it leads back to the writer's block and not dropping. Like, you have to stay consistent. These people are expecting to see you do this on a regular basis. So the minute you stop, you start to lose fans. They start to wander off. They go observe the next person, you know, so you have to keep up with your momentum.
That's a whole different part of the game, because it's like, you got upsides and you got downsides. And then that get me to my next question. So as far as like the music industry and the business aspect, what's something that you would like to change? Because you got some people saying they want more money off the streams. Then you got other people saying like, oh, well, nah, we want more representation in contracts and stuff like that, or you know what I'm saying, we want more control of the music, you know, like that we put out. Because I guess I ain't never been inside of no deal where I couldn't put out no music. I know that's tough.
That got to be
like,
tough.
That I definitely try to change that part. would myself. And then sometimes we make bad decisions, you know, and that kind of thing like that. Everybody ain't got it. And then especially like we was talking about, you coming from a bad place and stuff like that, you gonna get that bag, man.
Yeah, regardless, huh? Like we just got to deal with the consequences. Yeah. Probably the timing, communication, and financial. Yeah. You know, more so financial. And what I mean by that is it's time for people, you know, we all got to eat. Everybody need to make money. So it's like doing certain things, getting paid or getting paid more. Yeah. Because the way the times are going, you know, like these distribution platforms, they're not paying like artists that was coming out in the 80s and 90s. You know, they walk in, they were getting the 10,000, 15,000 in hand. Now you got to put all your music up. It's streaming. You got all these different things taking their percentages and stuff like that. So the financial part is a very big thing in the music. I feel like a lot of artists are being cheated of their worth. Yeah. Yeah. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that right there. So what's something that you want to see more of in the music industry? Like as far as like how I see like J. Cole doing the Dreamville thing where just inviting a lot of artists over and free studio time and free reign, like that kind of thing. I think I want to see more of that. I think I would want to see more originality. Oh, that's fine. I get tired of seeing the same hairstyles, the same wigs. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with trends, but it's just trends are too trendy these days, if that's the best way I could say it. Like a lot of people follow them. It's very rare to catch originality. You know, everyone wants the same body type, outfits, bag, cars. And so I think what people don't understand is when you just be yourself or whatever, if you're different or you're weird, it actually brings the right, you know, amount of attention or what you're looking for. It'll come to you. Yeah. But faking and trying to be something you're not, it makes it very, very much harder. Yeah. So, I mean, so as a person, you know, because you put that stuff on. So like, but is it like a thing where you actually think about like, dang, yo, okay, how do I not follow a trend? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can still do my thing and not be like, oh, look at what you got on and stuff like that. Like, how do you walk that line? Well, it's I'm not gonna say it's a thin line, but you do have to be careful because, like I said, people confuse weird with different. You know, that happens a lot. So I try not to be too bizarre. Yeah. You know, like I'm not about to come in here with some Big Bird shoes and stuff like. But people do things to get attention. Yeah, you know. But it's a limit to what I'm gonna do. Okay, and it doesn't matter who it's for or how much money is going to be involved. There's just going to be a limit because if I'm not comfortable with it, I'm not comfortable. Yeah. Now, if I want to, again, if I want to wear Big Bird shoes and come in walking in like Sesame Street, then that's my opinion. Yeah. And if people don't like that, then they just don't. But understand that everyone has their crowd or their tribe. Yeah. So what's uncommon for you is very common elsewhere. Yeah. Okay. So like you could say that you don't rock on a certain level of acceptance or approval. No. Yeah. You either gonna like it or not. I got songs that hardly got any views. I got songs that go ballistic and they were dropped years ago. Like it's old. They still want to hear it, you know. But I don't base things off of other people's opinions. To an extent, as an artist, I feel like you do have to, because you have to please your fans. Yeah. So you have to listen to and pay attention to what they like. But at the same time, you have to make your stamp, like let it be known, like, look, I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'm not doing that. Yeah. Okay. I mean, because music got its own trends itself. You know, like they was like, oh, Dre, man, got this drill beat, man. I think you can. I'm like, man, I can't, man. I can't do that. Yeah, man. And I've had that happen. I'll be wasting y'all time, bro. Yeah, I've had that happen, and that's you got to know when not to do something and when to, because you can embarrass yourself. Right. Like, it's good to build yourself as an artist and try different lanes and different stuff. But if you really see, like, once you see, like, I can't get Like if I can't rap on a beat, I'll go ahead and let them know I can't do it. I'm not about to get up here and say nothing crazy or sound horrible,
right?
You know. Yeah. So to save both of us embarrassment, no.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's number one right there.
You gotta know when to say no.
We got to keep everything cool. You know what I'm saying? We can't mess it up. So like as far as back to the beat though, I mean, I know you be on YouTube. You know, what's your favorite type of beat? I think one of my go-tos, I be trying to find it. Like sometimes I put crazy combinations in there. I say like J. Cole featuring Kevin Gates type beat. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to say what's up with it. Like what you thinking?
I used to do that a lot when I first started making music. Like I like this guy, his name Young Glee. She's from DC. Fat Trail, Gucci, all of them. All of them. You know, like I like with that. But these days I don't do the such and such type beat. I'll search around or what is it, producers, following them and listening to their sound, and I'll be like, all right, so he likes to play with the piano a lot. I don't like the piano.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna make I can't deal with this guy. Right. So now it's more so knowing my people, you know. Like I said, I like 808s and bass. So when I go to these networking events and stuff and I meet producers and DJs and things of that sort, and I go on their page and see what they're making, I'm like, oh, okay, I like him.
Doing something.
We might can lock in, have a session, and he'll know exactly what I'm trying to.
Yeah. Shout out to my producer, Poker Face Radio. It's like sometimes this dude read my mind or something. I'm like, ain't no way. Like, oh, Dre, I just seen you. Oh, you know what? You get that email I sent you? It was one of them. I had sent him some vocals for another track and stuff like that. He was like, yeah, they A1. Who mixed them down? I said, yeah, I took care of that. He said, oh yeah, that's what it is. And then he sent me another beat, and I'm like, yo, what you doing, yo? And then I got this album I'm working on called The Streets Need Music. Yeah, every time I think I'm done with this joint, he's sending something else.
It make it hard for you, right?
For real. And I'll be like, yo,
that's like DJ Mickey D of Goldsboro. He produces some beats. It's a guy named AB.
What DJs do on Sunday?
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to them.
Then you have AB Jody. He's from Goldsboro as well, and it was YG. These are just three people from the Goldsboro area that produce beats. And
shout out to all of them. Keep on rocking.
I would never forget. I got a song called R&B, and I walked in the studio, and I told Jody, I said, look, I need some with some hard bass. And I did a little, and he had that beat going in like 2 minutes.
That's crazy.
And again, like I said, when I really like something, it don't take no time to write. That studio session was probably no more than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But it was cooked. I'm talking about like the beat was made, the song was made, everything was jumping in a matter of seconds.
Okay. So what you like to do? You chill and vibe in the studio, or you just work your stuff out before you go into the studio?
Yeah. That's crazy because me and Mickey D was just talking about that. I like to have my work done already. I also record, like at Media Majors and go in Greenville.
Oh yeah, shout out to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I record when I come in the studio, I like to have my stuff already done. I mean, and if anything, maybe add a bar or two, but I have never really been the sit in the studio for 4 hours and come up with a song. Yeah. It hasn't never really worked for me. Yeah. So I'm one of those people who like to go in and have 2 or 3, knock them out in that period of time. Because I feel like that's wasting time. There's nothing wrong with vibing in the studio though, especially when you're locked in. And that's what I'm starting to learn. Like sometimes you just need to be in that atmosphere.
Yeah. That's fire right there. Like I think like I rock with the 90% rule. Like 90% of the work I do in the studio came from outside of it.
Yeah, that I like that. I like that.
I'm precise.
Yeah. I ain't coming here to waste no time.
Borderline OCD. You know what I'm saying? I'm detail oriented. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So I gotta have it all lined up. Like, and if it ain't right, cause like with how I do it, like I wouldn't say I rap fast. I wouldn't say I do a whole lot of lyrical miracle stuff. But it's the fact that if I get one word wrong, it's gonna throw off the rest.
It'll throw it all the way off. That's like I be like I have a little, I don't want to say a list, but it's like a slur or something. And when I hear it in my music, I be like, nah, we gotta bring that back.
Yeah, take it out of
there. Well, they be like, I don't hear nothing. It sounds fine. Nah.
And then that
you don't hear what I hear.
That comes to that 100% of like that 90% rule, because it's like if I hear one little thing I don't like in this song, I don't even like this whole song.
And I like that. I like what you said, because I need most of my time in the studio to fix and prepare the song.
Right,
not to not to make it, if you get what I'm saying. Like the recording, we need to get that don't take long. But this getting my vocals right and having everything lined up in this order, the hook dropping back in the right place, I need that to be precise. Because some people will record you for 2 hours and will mix your song down and send you out there. Not doing that. Not doing that.
And then that's a thing about, like you was talking about, like that financial stability as an artist and stuff like that. Like, because once I paid for studio time before. Shout out to Big Chemistry McNeil. But he had me, man, that dude, he rocked. He get it in, like, and he showed me some studio etiquette along with Poker Face Radio too. So like, but the thing about being on the dollar is, like, when you can't do that extra creative stuff that you wanted to do.
And that's why you have to come in there prepared.
Yes. Because like you would be thinking like, dang, man, it'd be nice if I could do this right here. But then I got to rip this from some audio, from some other stuff. And then the engineer like, hey, man.
30 minutes, someone coming in.
Yeah, we're just trying to get it done.
Ain't nothing worse than that. And then I always, after I record, I always sit in my car and listen to the song over and over again, over and over again. Like, and I'll be picking out and
headphones or out loud.
I was about to get there.
Okay.
I'll pick out. I'm not trying to say I try to look for a flaw, but I try to look for
fine tooth comb.
Like next time we're not doing that. Then after the car, it'd be the headphones. I might put it on my TV, you know, different sources, send it to somebody, and then you really could get people's opinion, you know, or have a good opinion on it.
Yeah, that's fire right there, Nice conversation with you.
Nice conversation.
So like, okay, so what we got coming up next?
So I just dropped a snippet of a single that is about to be released. It is on my Instagram and it is on my Facebook page, which is Prima Donna, and my Instagram is _darkskinfriend. But the single is called Get Used to Me. So we're getting ready to put that out on top of all the other projects that I've been locked in on, waiting to put them out there. You know, that's one thing. There's no worse feeling than having to be quiet. You know, like, it's a good feeling, but it's horrible sometimes. It's like, because you don't want the wrong energy to touch it, or you don't want to speak too soon. But man, once you can finally let things be like, all right.
See, that's that let it happen or make it happen. Because it's like kind of like a superstition. Like, I might, man, I tell you about this, man,
and it's not gonna go.
Might not even work out. And then it's like kind of like covert operations. You know what I'm saying? Dang, Dre, what was that you were listening to? What was I playing? You ain't hear that?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about.
We ain't doing no leaks, yo. Especially
people be asking me, I'm sorry, but cool. People sometimes like in my personal life, people will be like, "Oh, what you got going on this weekend?" A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
For real, that right.
And I keep it going. I know they be bad, like she try to be funny. I am. I am.
And
being
then when they see it though, they like, "Oh, that's what you were doing. Why you didn't say that?" Hey,
I don't know if I can or not.
For real.
You know, it's so you can tell who you can. You know, you learn your people after a while, but until then, nah.
Right up.
You're not about to disturb the process.
Covert operations. I remember, like, I had this project called Relentless that I recorded and all of that and put it out myself. I was working on some of that, and then there was pieces of that I could let people hear and stuff like that. And then my homeboy Zini, he'll be like, "Yo, you ain't never gonna make a song better than that." And I'll be like, "What?" And then I I do.
Again.
And then, and so it's like, I gotta quit letting him hear this stuff. He gonna keep picking the ball up there for me. Yeah. Even though I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's how we rocking. That's where the level is.
That's good motivation right there.
That is right there. So, before we get up out of here, we usually send out some love. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody you want to send out some love to?
Yes, of course. Shout out to my biggest and favorite cousin, Trey, because if it wasn't for him getting me in my first piece of studio, I would never be the artist that I am today. So the Golden City General, everybody already know who he is in the 919. I also want to shout out my stomping grounds in the K. You know, I'll always be an up the hill girl. Shout out to Goldsboro, Raleigh. You know, I'm a Valley girl, 610 Pennsylvania. I'm in here, I'm down here, whatever you want to say. All of the DJs that I work with, DJ Offset, DJ Mickey D, DJ Jamar, let me see. It's so many people, you know, all of the artists that I work with as well. Anyone who's been on any mixtape. Shout outs to my brother Stack Sosa. Shout outs to Tootie. You know, I think that's the only female that I have a song with at this moment. I may be lying. Lord forgive me if I am, but I think that's the only female I have a feature with at this moment. So yeah. Okay. But shout outs to everyone that I've worked with, from the cover arts to the list starts to get long when you really putting in work. Next time I'm gonna have to, you know how they do like at the awards, you gotta wait to pull up paper.
Cue card. That's crazy.
But yes, shout outs to everyone, even the people that I don't deal with or work with anymore, because if it wasn't for them, I still wouldn't be who I am or have learned the lessons that I learned. You know?
For real, man. I want to say shout out to the people that'll be tuning in, checking in on Grind.Music.Repeat. Shout out to Prima Donna for coming through, checking out on the Grind.Music.Repeat show, where if it ain't about music, we really can't use it. You know what I'm saying? Want to say shout out to everybody that's on the block. Shout out to them dudes that gotta go to work and hit that clock, yo. And let's do something, yo.
Do what you gotta do.
Y'all stay peaceful out there. Grind.Music.Repeat, and we out. World Series law #1.